Welcome back, and our Dhanteras special with Mrugank Paranjape is on. Mrugank, hi. It is during this time that you see a lot of gold instruments come by. I'm assuming that starting with more physical instruments, there are more coins, more schemes, more discounts. And then there, of course, is digital gold buying as well. Mobile apps are being put out too. So when gold option that you've launched today, would you see that as one more instrument, more competition, or everything else that people are buying in sense of gold? This is that one space where they can hedge it.
So I think a lot of these instruments are not competing with each other. As you know, a lot of them are actually very complementary. The more we have people participating in a big way in the physical market, I think the more we will need all of those participants to make sure that their price risk is completely hedged. So the more we have people digitizing platforms and using those platforms for distributing gold in the physical form, the same people will need many more ways in which they want to ensure that their price risk is hedged. So I think the development of the physical market is actually very complementary to our market. And in that sense, the options product comes in at a very timely manner, because a lot of the people are looking forward to ensuring their downside risk, which options allows you to. It also offers people who have inventory to actually participate in the upside or actually make a slightly higher return. So those are the immense opportunities which get added to everybody who's on the physical side. So a lot of what we are speaking of are new products more in the physical market, and we believe we are absolutely good complementary product to that. And I think that is one reason why we believe all of us will grow together as people look towards buying some of these products.
I also want to take you step by step for various people who actually do depend, or gold is a way of livelihood for them, starting right with jewelers, refiners. You also have gold being used as a raw material, and people depend for their livelihood on that. How would you look at binding them together and coming in and hedge on this instrument now?
So I think the way we look at it is that we would want almost every segment to be participating there. We want the refiners to come in because we expect them to use this as an opportunity where they will write option contracts as well, because they would have the ability to deliver on our platforms. We want the bullion importers to do the same, both for hedging their price risk but as well for writing. Then, of course, you mentioned jewelers of every size, jewelers who are big or small. We definitely think they will want to participate because it gives them the opportunity to actually very accurately hedge their risks. So I think we believe that the physical chain will be able to really take benefit of this. But as all of us who are sort of in this business know, that for every sort of physical participant and an open interest created by physical participant, it throws up maybe a multitude of opportunity for all the traders. And that is where we expect the traders to make benefit of this opportunity as a new trading instrument.
Mrugank, I just want to come back on the Dhanteras aspect of it, because gold and Dhanteras go just hand in hand together. And this, of course, is the most auspicious or the best day you would have thought to launch gold options. How are you making the most of it? Would you say that people who actually come out and invest and own a bit of a gold also would want to try this instrument?
So I think we genuinely believe that this is a great occasion for everybody to look at enhancing their portfolio, whether it is in terms of buying gold as an investment, or whether it is in terms of buying an opportunity where they can participate in the upside risk through participating on our contract, or whether it is in terms of ensuring their downside risk and taking an option, whether it is a call or a put option. So again, immense opportunities, but all of them linked to the possibility that this auspicious day is a great day for people to be buying gold as an asset class, and options just adds to the variety that they get in this market.
Your point is well taken, Mrugank, but everyone in rural or urban India holds gold. But still, would you say that the gold market in India, in some sense, isn't really done well? And how would you want the gold to prosper in sense of holding, and how would you want people to prosper because of that too?
So I think, yes, when it comes to better and efficient utilization of gold, we collectively have to do more, because it doesn't serve too much purpose that so much gold is lying locked up and idle. And I really see a lot of policy initiatives to make that idle gold much more active. Again, we believe that when you have the full range of financial instruments available, all the aspects of the market develop. So for example, if somebody who has a good inventory of gold gets an ability to write option contracts, they will add liquidity to this market, and that will allow the other side to participate as well. So again, yes, we do have a responsibility to make sure that people can get more aware. We do need to make people sort of aware that keeping gold absolutely idle, because gold has a sort of consumption requirement when it is used more for the jewelry, but there are a lot of people who just would buy gold purely as an investment asset, and that is where maybe we all need to provide it much more liquidity than what it has today in the country.
And would you also say that it is a big day when it comes to positive, and it's an exchange-traded product, so there's that much transparency, credibility, and of course longer working hours when it comes to this one, so a reaction period of course is high.
In India, and I take this something which we have we are ahead of the curve than many of the countries, that exchange traded products offer a whole host of multitude of better things than what you would expect otherwise. One, as you said, the opportunity to trade is available for a much longer time. Second, the reach of an exchange traded product, especially now that it is electronic, is extremely widespread. Much more importantly, all our exchange traded products come under the ambit of SEBI, which as a regulator has made these markets really very safe for investors. So investor protection has been at the forefront for SEBI, and I think that makes any product which is exchange traded extremely good for any new investor to also trade in. So not to mention the fact that exchange traded products inherently have a much more transparent price discovery mechanism, and therefore are probably the best way of offering any new product that we can do in the financial services space.
Mrugank, the gold futures contract on MCX has been immensely successful. What are your expectations with the gold options going forward, and what would you wish to add more to it to enhance it?
We are looking forward to being able to use this opportunity where not just the volumes in the options grow and the volumes in the options drive probably with trading strategies some more volumes in futures, but when it comes to the bullion market, especially because we want to be able to allow smaller investors to participate and smaller investors to benefit from some instruments, we are really looking forward to seeing the volumes in, say, our mini contract as well grow to the extent that we can offer an options on that as well. So from a pure bullion perspective, not just our 1 kg contract, but also our 100 gram contract and also the silver would be the next things that we would add to this portfolio, so that any bullion participant can really have the full array when it comes to options in this space.
Mrugank, also what's your sense with the market participation, because the big jewelers, refiners, etc. have their own teams to look into it, they have experts, etc. But there is the smaller jewelers, smaller towns. Would you say that they would need more hand-holding awareness, etc.?
So I think two aspects to it. Of course, as an exchange, we have been doing that on a very extensive basis. Like I said, we would have met more than 5,000 jewelers, and these are all really not very big ones specifically. We've been going into the sarafas, we've been going into the actual markets where we've been doing these trainings. So that's something which the exchange will absolutely continue to do. At the same time, I think the Indian investor, Indian businessmen have always been very receptive to new products. I think the way Indian retail has lapped up some of the new instruments is really a big compliment to the overall Indian market, and I think that is one thing where we will, I think, see the smaller jewelers as well educate themselves and come onto this market very quickly.
All right, Mrugank, with that, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us today and enlightening us about the gold options there. We wish you the very best and hope for further volume, more participation, more instruments coming the MCX way. Thank you so much. And with that, wishing all our viewers and you as well a very happy Dhanteras.